rail station to catch, you guessed it, my bus. I've tried a few different bus companies that go to Toronto or other cities from London, but today I'm trying Bus Bud as it was the cheapest option at the time I was looking. So I will update you when we're all settled on the bus. We are officially en route to Toronto. The website did recommend being at the stop 15 minutes before departure, which was for 10:30, but the bus actually didn't show up until 10:40, and we departed at 10:48. We were supposed to arrive in Toronto at 1:45, so we'll see how that goes, and I will see you later.
2 hours later.
This is crazy. We've been stopped at a gas station for, I don't know, at least 10-15 minutes now. I think we're broken down, but the driver has not told us anything, so this has not been a very good experience so far. All right, we've been stopped for about an hour now. Driver still hasn't really said anything to us. One girl actually got off and Ubered. She probably spent at least $30 on an Uber just to get out of here. We're still gassing up after an hour, so. After almost 2 hours of being at that gas station, the company finally sent an Uber for us. So I'm finally in Toronto. The time is now 3:45. After about an hour of walking, the time is now 4:55 and I'm all checked into the hotel. I'm just very grateful that I came up the day before the flight, because if this had happened, tomorrow, I would have completely missed the flight. As I previously mentioned, I have tried other bus companies in the past. Megabus was phenomenal, on time, and Flixbus has been very hit or miss, but I was mistaken earlier when I said that this bus was Bus Bud. That's actually just the booking platform. The bus I was with today was Book a Ride. And besides the fact that it was 18 minutes delayed leaving and we were stranded for 2 hours, the bus was very unclean, it smelled very weird, and the floors were sticky. So obviously I'm very frustrated about the lack of communication between driver and passenger, and at the end of the day, this is why I always come up a night before the flight, and yeah, I'm ready to catch the Up Express in the morning, and I'll see you then.
Here's a look at the accommodation I stayed in for the night. It's a hostel type located in Kensington Market, so there is an option to share a room, but I had a private room and I really enjoyed my stay.
Good morning, vlog. After another hour of walking, I'm back at Union Station. The station actually doesn't open until 5:30, and the first Union Pearson Express is 6 a.m. So I'll be getting to the airport at roughly 6:25. The weekday schedule is about an hour earlier, but it really is surprising to me that the Up doesn't run 24/7. So if you have a flight earlier than 9 a.m., you're gonna have to find another way. But we're heading to the airport now.
I arrived to the Pearson International Airport on time. Unfortunately, the online check-in was unavailable, so we checked our bags at the Air Canada counter. Obviously, I wasn't able to get a lot of footage going through the airport and going through security, but basically after we dropped our checked bags and received our boarding passes, we went through the first round of security, giving our passport, taking our carry-on and personal item through the x-ray, as well as doing our own personal x-ray. So remembering the 311 rule for liquids in your carry-on is very important. Having your passport and boarding pass ready, and removing electronic devices from your carry-on and personal item, and just following the rules, being polite, being orderly. We made through security very quickly. However, going through pre-clearance for the American customs did take quite some time. There is an app that I will insert in the next clip, but we got into the wrong line
downloaded the app, filled out the paperwork, and realized there was an express line for that app. Oh well, you learn. But yeah, I would say it took maybe half an hour, 45 minutes to get through all of security and customs, and then you get into the waiting area for the airport with duty-free shopping, restaurants, and you sit and wait at your terminal until it's time to board.
Boarding was a breeze as we all had our boarding passes and passports ready to go in our boarding group. We were scheduled to depart at 9 a.m. We did take off at 9:30. The flight was 4 hours. During the flight, beverages were complimentary. However, if you did want food or Wi-Fi or entertainment, they were available for purchase. After collecting our checked luggage from the Louise Munoz Marin International Airport, we took a 15-minute transfer to the cruise terminal. Before another round of security to board the ship, the crew can take your luggage to load into your room for you. I believe it was at this time that we received our C cards, which allow us into our room and on and off the ship. Welcome back, vlog. It is the day before our departure, and I just wanted to do a quick rundown of what is expected of us. So there were some things left here for us by our room attendant, a piece of paper with some information, and the luggage tags. As you can see, we're a part of group 27, so we have to have the tags on our bags outside of the door by 10 p.m. and then we have to vacate our room by 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. We are a part of group 27, so our departure time will be 9:30 a.m. and we will all be meeting in the Coral Theater, which is where we met for some of our excursion departures. It's officially the last day. We have vacated the room. We have about an hour and a half to grab breakfast before we have to be off of the ship. And once we have retrieved our bags that have been taken off for us, we will be heading on a transfer back to the airport. So we actually got off early because all of our groups got off at different times. We took a transfer from the cruise port to the airport and arrived in Terminal A. Online check-in was working this time, but we still had to drop our bags off at the Air Canada counter and go through security. We enjoyed a quick lunch and did some duty-free shopping in the airport before going to our gate. The flight home was a little chaotic. They changed the gate at the last second, asked me to change my seat, and we were about half an hour late departing. We also had turbulence for a majority of the flight. Thankfully, we made the time up in the air and we still arrived in Toronto just around 8 p.m. After landing in Toronto and deboarding, we went through one more round of security to enter Canada, and that was it. We grabbed our checked bags, and shout out Jamie for driving me home.